Namaste to all. This Gita shloka I have already made a video some months back, but this Gita shloka is truly mind blowing, truly wonderful. In fact, the whole of the second chapter is full of Brahma Vidya. We can listen this second chapter at least 100 to 200 times in our lifetime minimum. Each and every word in this shloka, in this chapter, is Brahma Vidya. And of course, we must understand this knowledge is written by Vyas Muni, Maharishi Vyas, who has realization of Almighty God. And Vyas Muni has written this knowledge as if that Sri Krishna is speaking out this knowledge to Arjuna in the middle of the battlefield. Whereas this is not true, because it is impossible to discuss such in-depth subject in battlefield. When two armies are standing to fight a war, it's impossible to discuss this knowledge, and it is impossible to even understand this knowledge. Like a person who is not a samadhist purush like Arjuna, can he understand this kind of knowledge in front of the battlefield? It is not possible. But just to give the importance of such a depth knowledge, Vyas Muni has created an imaginary situation where both the armies are ready to fight, and at that point of time Arjuna is giving up the war and Sri Krishna is giving this knowledge, just to give the give us some importance, or give us some kind of enthusiasm to look into these chapters. So Sri Krishna says, na sato vidyate bhavo, na sato, na asat. Na sato means na asat. Na asatah bhavah vidyate. One of the most beautiful statement in Bhagavad Gita is this line, na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah. Even Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, who does not believe the entire Gita to be true, even Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati has taken this statement and put in his book, na bhavo vidyate satah. And my Acharya always speaks this statement. This statement is, I would say, a world famous statement. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah. We must understand this statement on a daily basis. So please listen to this audio very carefully with closed eyes if possible. It's a very, very beautiful shloka. And I am also speaking with my eyes closed. All credits to Acharya. So Sri Krishna says, or Vyas Muni says, na asatah bhavah vidyate. Asatah means temporary things, or asatya padarth. What is asatya padarth? Asatya padarth means those padarth, or those matters, or those elements which changes from time to time, which are so temporary, like our human body. The mother is delivering a child. She does not recognize that her child is growing old. After 10 years, 20 years also, she thinks that it is her child, a small baby. But in 10 years, 20 years, the child is fully grown up, because she does not recognize the change in the body because of the attachment. She always feels her child to be child only until death. So asatah means temporary things like our human body, temporary things like this universe. Everything which is made from Prakriti is temporary. So asatah na bhavah vidyate. Asatya padarth are temporary, they are not eternal, Arjuna. You are speaking about so many logics here, standing here, you are saying that this will happen, that will happen, what will happen. You are worrying so many things, but please understand, everything is temporary. Try to do your duty, do your upasana, do your karma, do your dharma, because everything is temporary. You must try to establish dharma in this temporary period of time where you are staying in your human body, because your human body is so temporary. Asatah na bhavaha vidyate. And further, the next statement is more powerful. Na bhavo vidyate satah. Na bhavo means abhavaha. Abhavaha satah na vidyate. Abhava means absence. Satah means satya padarth. Na vidyate. There is no absence for satya padarth. Satya padarth are ever eternal. Asatya padarth are ever temporary. This is the real meaning of this statement. People, the Vedantic scholars, the so-called Vedantic scholars, because Vedanta word itself is Vedic word, but the so-called Vedantic scholars truly misinterpret this shloka. They do not understand the secret of this shloka. The shloka says, Abhavaha satah na vidyate. The Satya Padarth, which Satya Padarth means that Padarth which was never created. That Padarth, that element, that matter which gets never created will never get destroyed. They are eternal. And who is that? It is Almighty God, Paramatma. It is Jivatma. In this context, it is Paramatma and Jivatma. Both Paramatma and Jivatma are Satya Padarth. They never get destroyed. Of course, Prakriti also. Prakriti cannot be destroyed. But Prakriti is Parinama Nityata. Jivatma and Paramatma are Kutastha Nityata. Kutastha Nityata means they never change their form. Parinama Nityata means Prakriti will Parinam means change. Prakriti will change, but Prakriti will not get destroyed. Prakriti will change itself to universe, and universe will change itself to Prakriti. That's why Prakriti is called as Parinama Nityata. Whereas Jivatma and Paramatma are Kutastha Nityata. There is no change inside Jivatma and Paramatma ever. That's why here Sri Krishna says, Na abhavo vidyate satah. Satya Padarth का कभी अभाव नहीं होता. अभाव means here we must understand there are five types of abhav. In the Vedic Dharma, there are five abhav: Atyant abhav, Prag abhav, Pradhvans abhav, Anyonya abhav, and Sansarga abhav. These are the five abhav mentioned in the darshanas. Atyant abhav means that an entity which does not exist in past, present and future. It exists only in imagination. For example, if you see Ramayana serial in the TV, Ravan and Ravan's group, Rakshas people will have horns in their head. This is called as Atyanta Bhava, imagination. A human being can never grow horns in their head. Atyanta Bhava, not possible in past, present and future. Ever impossible. So here Sri Krishna speaks about Atyanta Abhav. That means there is never a time, Atyanta Abhav, there is never a time where Jivatma and Paramatma will cease to exist, or Satya Padarth will cease to exist. Satya Padarth will always exist in the past, in the present, in the future. There is no impact of time on the Satya Padarth. This is the Atyanta Abhav meaning. But whereas the other abhav, we will try to explain. I will try to explain shortly. Other abhavs may exist. For example, Prag abhav. Prag abhav also does not exist for Jivatma and Paramatma. What is Prag abhav? I am speaking this audio from a phone. This phone was manufactured in last year, August 2023. The manufacturing date, made in China. In June 2023, this phone did not exist. Prag abhav. That means a matter or any vastu, before it was created, there was abhav of it. That is called as Prag abhav. For example, the car you are driving, I bought a car this month. This car was manufactured by Maruti Suzuki 6 months before, and it took 6 months for Maruti car to reach from Delhi, Gurugram to my dealer, and I ordered the car and I got the car delivery after 2 months. So 6 months it took. Before 6 months, that car did not exist in this universe. Of course, it existed, the parts of the car in terms of proton, electron existed, but car as an entity did not exist. So car ka prag abhav hai. So those entities, those vastus which gets created and which will, there was a time where it was not existing, is called as prag abhav. Whereas when we apply this formula to Paramatma and Jivatma, Paramatma and Jivatma always exist. There was never a time where Paramatma ceased to exist or Jivatma ceased to exist. And another abhav is Pradhvans abhav. Pradhvans abhav means I build a building, or there was a building which got destroyed some years back in USA, the famous 9/11 attack. That building does not exist today. Pradhvans abhav. Dhvans means khatam ho jana, destroyed. A building is created, after some time it gets destroyed by time or by other forces, or sometimes terrorist attack. Similarly, our human body exists today, it will not exist after 150 years or 200 years or 400 years. Sri Krishna Maharaj was a Jivatma, he was existing inside his body. His body was called as Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna Maharaj's body has Pradhvans abhav today. Today his body cannot exist because it already died. So when you apply this to Paramatma and Jivatma, this abhav also does not exist. That means there will never be a time in future where Jivatma and Paramatma will get destroyed. See, we must understand the definition so clearly, so that when we understand this Vedic Dharma, we can win over our depression, anxiety, sadness, dukh, etc. slowly. That means there won't be a time where you will not exist. Where you will cease to exist. There won't be any time in the future also where you will cease to exist. That means you will be ever eternal. You are ever eternal. And similarly, Almighty God is ever eternal. Pradhvans abhav bhi nahi hai Ishwar aur Jivatma mein. For car, for building, for bike, for our human body, for whatever things we are using like mobile phone or camera, everything will have Pradhvans abhav. At one point of time it will destroy. But Jivatma, Paramatma will not destroy, will not get destroyed. And the fourth abhav is Anyonya abhav. Anyonya abhav is a very different subject to explain and understand, but simply Anyonya abhav means, this is a very common abhav used by the Vedantis. In the human being, the cow does not exist. In the cow, the human being does not exist. So they conclude that nothing exists. Foolishness. Anyonya abhav. Anya. In the human being, the cow does not exist. In the cow, the human being does not exist. But both of them exist separately. So inside the human being, the cow has Anyonya abhav. Cow is abhav. Similarly, inside the cow, the human being is abhav. Anyonya abhav. We will not apply this for Jivatma, Paramatma. It's not easily understandable. The last one is Sansarga abhav. This is very important. Sansarga abhav means Nikatta. Sansarga abhav. I have a car. For example, I have a car. That car is Maruti car, Hyundai car. I have a Hyundai car. But you do not have a Hyundai car, for example. So Sansarga abhav, that Hyundai car is abhav for you, but it is not abhav for me. So an entity, vastu is present in one place and absent in other place is called as Sansarga abhav. If we apply this to Jivatma, Paramatma, Paramatma is Sarva Vyapak. So there is no Sansarga abhav of Paramatma. That's what Sri Krishna says. Na abhavo vidyate satah. Almighty God fits into all the definition that Almighty God never ceased to exist. But for Jivatma, I am standing in my room, sitting in my room. I am not existing in your room. So Jivatma is Ekdeshi. Jivatma Sarvavyapak nahi hai. So here actually Sri Krishna is meaning na abhavo vidyate satah. We must understand the inner sense of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna also says that Paramatma का अभाव नहीं होता, जीवात्मा का अभाव संसर्ग अभाव हो सकता है. Jivatma can come into sansarga bhav. That means I am here, I am not there. But in Paramatma there is no sansarga bhav. In Paramatma there is no definition that Paramatma is here and not there. No, not possible. Sri Krishna was in battlefield, but he was not present when inside the Vyasmuni's room, because Sri Krishna is not Paramatma. So this is how we must try to analyze who is Paramatma. Paramatma is one who is present everywhere. At that point of time, Sri Krishna was present at one place. He was not everywhere. In fact, he tells the same to Draupadi also. Draupadi asked to Sri Krishna, "You never came to me to save me when I was, I was treated by these people so badly. They came even to remove my dress, but you never came to save me, Sri Krishna." Then Sri Krishna answers, "How can I come and save you? I was in Hastinapur at that point of time, or Dwaraka, some other place. I was in Hastinapur, I was playing with Rukmani Devi." So he will tell this statement in Mahabharata. This is proving that Sansarga Bhav, Sri Krishna is Ekdeshi, Jivatma is not Paramatma. But Jivatma is na abhavo vidyate satah. Jivatma is Satya Padarth. Because Jivatma में अत्यंत अभाव नहीं होता. Jivatma does not have अत्यंत अभाव. He is always ever present at any point of time. Maybe it is not present everywhere, but it is present somewhere. Sri Krishna is not present everywhere. Even today also Sri Krishna is present somewhere. Sri Krishna means his Jivatma. The body is destroyed, but Sri Krishna is present somewhere in this universe. We do not know. Somewhere he is in Samadhi, he is in Moksha. Not Samadhi, he is in Moksha. Samadhi happens inside the body. Outside the body, he is in Moksha now. So this is the secret of this shloka. And also, see, we must understand this very clearly. And also here Sri Krishna says, Ubhayorapi drishto antastavannayoho tattvadarshibhihi. Ubhayo api, both this Satya Padarth, which does not exist perennially, which exists perennially, Satya Padarth, and Asatya Padarth, which is so temporary, both these things are Ubhayo. Both these things are completely understood by Tattva Darshibhihi. By Tattva Darshibhi means Maharishis. By Rishi Muni Yogi Tapasvis who has attained Samadhi, they have seen both these things clearly by their realization. And that is the reason a yogi never gets indulged or gets into moh maya in this world. Even if a yogi is living in his body, he will act as if he is a normal person, but inside him he knows that this is a temporary world. My wife is temporary, my daughter is temporary, my son is temporary, all these people are temporary for me, but anyway he will shower his love and affection to all of them. But he knows from within himself that these are temporary, because he is a Tattvadarshibhihi. Similarly, Sri Krishna Maharaj had so much of affection with all his three sons. Sri Krishna Maharaj loved his sons so much, and all the three sons, they died in front of Sri Krishna Maharaj. Tattvadarshibhihi. He knows the temporary nature of the body, so he does not have affection in terms of moh maya, does not have moha in the body. Similarly, Sri Krishna is a Jivatma. He knows I am eternal, and that's what he says in Gita also. And Vyasmuni has written that. In fact, Vyasmuni says it on behalf of Sri Krishna. So both of them know that they are eternal. Both of them know that Paramatma is eternal. Both of them know that this world is temporary, very, very temporary. The human body is so temporary. World is also, when comparison with the body, the world appears to be eternal. But when we compare with the world and the body is so temporary. Body can exist for 100 years, 200 years maximum, or 400 years maximum as per Vedas. World will exist up to 432 crore years. But after 432 crore years, world also will get destroyed. So this is the secret. Ubhayorapi Tattvadarshibhihi. They have known this Antaha. Antaha means Nikatta. They have known this so very well in their Samadhi. They know what is temporary, they know what is permanent. Such a beautiful, mind-blowing shloka. We must try to listen this kind of knowledge on a daily basis. Mind-blowing Brahma Vidya by Sri Krishna Maharaj and Vyasmani. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.